Hello students, my name is Himanshu Sharma. I'll be your teacher for Foundation course in Housekeeping Operations I. The course code is BSCH1004. The topic today that we are going to discuss would be on the classification of hotels on the basis of location. Before going any further, let's have a quick recap of what we did in the last class. In the previous class, we had understood the functioning of housekeeping department in the hotel. We have understood other third parties which assist housekeeping department in their work. And finally, we understood how housekeeping department contributes in safety and security of the hotel. The objectives for today's class is to understand the classification of hotels, especially on the basis of location, which constitutes the following sub-points: suburban hotels, motels, airport hotels, resort hotels, forest hotels, flotels, boatels, and rotels. So classifying of hotels into different types is not an easy task. The industry is so diverse that many hotels do not fit into a single well-defined category. Now, hotels can be classified in various ways based on the criteria for classification. Now, these criteria could be location, size of property, length of stay, target market, level of service, and finally, theme. So today we are going to discuss about the classification of hotels based on location. You have city center, also known as downtown hotels, suburban hotels, motels, airport hotels, resort hotels, forest hotels, flotels, boatels, and rotels. So based on the location, let's start with the first one, which is city center, also known as downtown hotels. These are located in the heart of the city, within a short distance of shopping areas, theaters, public buildings, business centers, and as such. The rates in these hotels are normally high due to their locational advantage. They are also close to major transport hubs such as railways and airports. Next, we have the suburban hotels. They are located in the suburbs, that is on the outskirts of the city. They have the advantage of a quieter surrounding. The rates here are moderate to low. Such hotels are ideal for budget travelers. Next, we have motels. This term is derived from the phrase motor hotels, being located primarily on highways, that is motorways. They provide modest lodgings to highway travelers. The length of stay is usually overnight. Most motels provide ample parking space and may be located near a petrol station. For example, the Kamad Yatri Niwas chain found all over Karnataka. So as explained, the motels are usually those hotels which are next to the highway. So their main target are those customers who are traveling by car. And usually people staying in motels are the ones who are taking a break from the excessive traveling or who want to have a night stay. Next, we have airport hotels. Now these are hotels set up near airports. They cater to mainly transit guests who might have to stay over at the hotel between flights. Now the length of stay of the guest depends upon the number of hours after which the person would be able to catch his next flight. So as such, people prefer to stay in hotels which are near to the airport in order to cut on time and distance. So next, on the basis of location, we have resort hotels. These cater to people who want to relax and enjoy themselves at a hill station, near the seashore, and so on, as well as to people who are looking for a change for health reasons. Therefore, resort hotels may be variously called health resorts, hill resorts, beach resorts, summer resorts, winter resorts, and so on, depending on their location and positioning. Most resorts, particularly those in hill stations, work to full capacity only during the clement seasonal periods, and hence undergo fluctuations in sales revenue from season to season. Examples: Bangaram Island Resort, which is a beach resort in Lakshadweep; Coconut Lagoon, a backwater resort in Kerala; and Spice Village, a wildlife resort. So, dear students, as read, the resorts is meant for those customers who prefer to go for relaxation and enjoyment and for health reasons. Usually you will find resorts in hilly areas, mountains, near the beaches. Their main purpose is to cater to people who are coming with their families for enjoyment. And one thing to note over here is that during the peak time the resorts are usually full. That is because the weather is pleasant, people are able to move around, enjoy themselves. However, during the off season, that is when the conditions are not favorable, people prefer not to go to resorts, and as such the occupancy percentage drastically gets reduced. So say for example in hilly areas, during summers people go from the cities and prefer to go to resorts in the hilly areas, reason being that the weather is very pleasant during that time. However, during the monsoon time, people prefer to avoid going to the hilly areas, quite naturally because the weather is not favorable, and as such the the occupancy percentage is very less. In order to avoid that, resorts usually resort to various offers which they give during the off season, such as discounts and various other packages favorable for the customer. Next, we have the forest hotels. These are located within a forest range and cater to tourists visiting the forest area. So like say for example Ranthambore Wildlife Sanctuary. So there are certain hotels which are situated at the entrance of the hotel or near the forest. I'm sorry. The reason being that those who are who love nature and would like to go from the city life, the hustle and bustle, they prefer to relax and enjoy the nature. And what better way than visiting a forest? Next, based on location, we have floatels, also known as floating hotels. As the name implies, these are hotel establishments on luxury liners or ships. Rivers, big lakes, and seas are ideal spots for such hotels. Cruise ships. These are passenger ships intended as destination holidays. The luxuries aboard the ship as well as the various destinations along the way help create a unique experience for travelers. The furniture on board such ships is usually heavier than the furniture used in hotels and resorts. The reason being it lends more stability on a moving ship. So students, floatals, as the name suggests, are hotels which float. A case in example are cruise ships. Depending upon the budget of the guest, the customer, you have floatals which are small in size. All the way up, you have huge mega cruise ships which can cater to more than 2,000 customers. Depending upon the type of floatal, that is the floating hotel, the comfort and luxury depends whether you're going in a small hotel or you're going on a cruise ship. Next, based on location, we have boatels. A houseboat hotel is referred to as a boatel. The shikaras of Kashmir and the Kittuvalams of Kerala are houseboats that offer small but luxurious accommodation to travelers in midst of lakes and waterways. So the difference between the floatal and boatel is on the basis of size. In floatals it caters to a large number of customers, and as such it travels for a long distance, whereas in boatels it caters to maybe very few number of customers, and the rooms are either meant for one group or 2 or 3 rooms, maybe depending upon the size of the boatel. If you look closely, you will find that boatels are mainly for a short distance, and it is mainly hired by couples or small families to enjoy the beauty of the water body. Next, we have rotels. Now, these novel variants are hotels on wheels. Our very own Palace on Wheels and Deccan Odyssey are trains providing a luxurious hotel atmosphere. So rotels is a combination of two words, railways and hotels. So when you combine the two, it becomes rotels. The same way for boatels. When you combine the two words, boat and hotels, it becomes boatels. So rotels are the hotels which are on wheels. So an example is Palace on Wheels. Now these are trains, these are normal trains, but what they have done is they have modified the carriages, and they have different all the carriages have got a different purpose. Some carriages are transformed into restaurants, some carriages are transformed into rooms. Now the unique thing about this is that this hotel is a moving hotel, which means that it is traveling from one place to another on a railway track. The purpose here is that you are still in the hotel, but you're moving and enjoying the beauty outside. You're visiting various cities depending upon what kind of hotel you're traveling in. And this way, you, without leaving your hotel, are moving from city to city, enjoying the different culture and the nature. So with this, we come to the end of the class. I really hope that you enjoyed the session. If there are any questions, queries or doubts that you might so have, you may kindly contact me and ask me. I would be more than happy to assist you. I really look forward to meeting you in the next class. So with that, thank you very much. Have a great day. For reference purpose, I have jotted down a few websites, name of books, and website links for the students to access and gather additional information. Please understand that this class is not limited to the PPT that I have shared with you. For further information, you may kindly access the reference links. I hope it would be helpful to you. For any doubts, you may kindly contact me. Thank you.